With us now, Doug Flynn, certified financial planner and co-founder of Flynn Zito Capital Management. Doug, great to see you again.
You too, Hena.
Let's talk about Truth Social and the stock, the DJT stock. It's down after Truth Social reported $58 million loss last year. Was that number surprising to you at all?
Well, they had come out with the IPO already losing 30-something million, so I think they held that back for a couple of days before announcing the full year's net loss. But what's even more concerning, I think, is that the whole thing only had revenue of just over $4 million. I have clients who have bigger businesses in revenue than that, and their companies are not worth $7 billion, which is the market cap of DJT stock right now. So that's the issue. And the real concern is that there's less than 500,000 monthly active users in this entire Truth Social, where like X has 75 million, and even Threads, which not many people use, has 5 million active users. So it really comes down to this is probably a play on the election, and if Trump wins, he's going to use Truth Social as his mouthpiece, and I think that's what people are playing here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with you there. It's Tuesday. That means you have some tax tips for us. Take it away, sir.
Yes, so this is interesting for people who are putting away money towards their retirement accounts, and there's something called the Retirement Savings Contributions Credit. It's shortened to the Savers Credit, but it's an often overlooked credit that people should look into. And of course, you have to qualify. You have to be 18. You can't be a dependent on someone else's return, and you can't be a student. But if you meet that requirement, then the next thing you take a look at is the credit that's allowable based on whether you're a single person, and that's $1,000 is eligible there, or if you're married filing jointly, you have $2,000 of a credit that you can get. And this is against even IRA contributions, even Roth IRA contributions, and of course, employer contributions to your 401k or 403b. But if you're making those contributions, then you just have to make less than a certain amount in order to get a percentage of what you put away back in a credit.
Great.
And the best thing about a credit, as you know, is a credit is a dollar for dollar offset against your tax, unlike a deduction, which just lowers the amount that you pay tax on. And so if you meet this requirement, I've had people who changed jobs, or they retired and they worked half a year, or you're just starting, but they are saving into retirement, and they're eligible for this credit. So basically, even if it's a small amount, it's free money. You should make sure you look into it, or make sure your accountant searches for that in there and see if you're eligible. And you can do this before you file your taxes if you haven't already done so.
Great advice. Talk to your accountant. Do some research. I do want to talk to you about another headline today. A lot of people are talking about United is asking pilots to take unpaid leave because of all those delays from Boeing planes. Your reaction to that news, especially with the busy summer travel season coming up?
Yes, it shows you how much in advance they have to plan. And what they're saying is, listen, if you guys will take this this time off unpaid, we may not have to do layoffs, even though it might extend into the summer. And this has to do with the fact that over 80% of United's planes are Boeing. And as an example, Southwest is 100% Boeing, and they've said now we can't hire all the people we intended to hire. They're going to cut back 50% on their hiring of pilots and 40% of flight attendants. And then you contrast that with like Delta and American, which only have about 50% of their planes Boeing, and they've weathered a little bit better because, as we know, diversification really wins, and those who relied much more on Boeing right now are having to make some painful decisions in managing the company so they don't have to lay off people. And that's the way I'm seeing it right now.
All right. Doug Flynn, thank you so much.
Anytime.